Previously on Ultimate F1 Career. And we're heading up to the line now. By far our best time. Up to the line we go. It's a 28.5. Oh, we were 0.02 of a second off beating our teammate Suttle, but it's 19th of the 2009 season. What will happen in the video game version? Lights out, away we go. And that was a really terrible turn one. We go straight into the back of our teammate. Due to stay. That's an excellent exit from that corner, and we do get past Fernando Alonso. Here comes Sebastian Bourdais, and we fly around the outside of him as well. On Nick Heidfeld, going into turn one. We're going to go down the inside of Nick Heidfeld, and that is a great move. The AI that have gone onto the soft tyres for the second stint, their tyres are going. We go down the inside of Jenson Button, and we're up to P9 now. Braun GP are currently set to be pointless from this Turkish Grand Prix, and it is going to be P9 here in Turkey. Excellent result. Oh, P11, what a shame. Well, Buemi, Heidfeld, Glock and Raikkonen joining us there. Let's see how we get on in the race. That is consigned to history because it's lights out and away we go at Silverstone, as we still say, in 2024, and it's a decent start off the grid for us, and for once we do not lose a place going into turn one. Kimi Raikkonen could not go down the inside of Kopp's corner. And, well, let's see. Wouldn't dream of going down the inside of Lewis Hamilton there. But we will go down the inside of Maggots. And we are through. And up to P8 and into the points once again here. This has turned out to be a very fruitful episode as we now slipstream down the Hangar Straight. Remember, we are coming into the pits this lap. It is not at this part of the track. And it's another points finish this season. 6th place for us today, and that is 3 World Championship points. But it's Championship leader Rubens Barrichello who wins here in Great Britain. Hello, how's it going? Welcome back to some more F1 2009 and another part of our Ultimate F1 Career Mode. And today we are back with the German Grand Prix at the Nürburgring. We then take on the Hungarian Grand Prix as well. Really looking forward to it, actually. I think it should be 2 cracking races for us. I just thought I'd show you our results so far this season. We obviously qualified 4th in Melbourne, but had an engine failure on lap 2. Kuala Lumpur was one of our most difficult weekends of the whole season. 16th qualified, 13th in the race, 7th in Shanghai, 16th in Sakia, our worst finish of the season. We then finished 4th in Catalonia, 2nd in Monte Carlo, 9th in Istanbul, before 6th in our last race at Silverstone. We've had a good start to the season. Let's hope we can keep it going. We have got a remaining 9 Grand Prix this year, so it's going to be exciting. Let's get ourselves into it. Let's see how we get on here in the Nürburgring. Again, another track I've not driven for quite some time. Obviously hasn't been on the calendar since circa 2015. Obviously it was in the 2020 season, but not in the game. So that's advanced time, and then we'll see how we get on here. Let's go. So Button currently quickest, as he always seems to be. Bourdais there in 15th. Break down into turn 1. I believe this was Bourdais' last ever Formula 1 race in real life. Obviously it was Mark Webber's first ever victory in the 2009 German Grand Prix. Getting the old yeehaw moment. And this really started Red Bull's comeback in the sort of second half of the season. They really were, you know, almost, well, pretty much the best team. McLaren came back in the Following Grand Prix, I believe Lewis won in Hungary. But yeah, I think Bourdais was sacked after this race, and his seat was taken over by Jaime Alguersuari, who remained there until the end of 2011, along with Sebastian Buemi. I mean, can you believe Buemi's not raced in Formula One for that long? That's pretty crazy, isn't it? 1 second off at the moment. This is a decent lap for us, to be honest. I've just been rambling away rather than focusing on our apexes, and now that I get myself back into it, we cut the final chicane. Now, I don't think that will affect our time too much in a positive way. I think it was way too slow a way through, but we're 1/10 of a second off top 15 as it stands. Well, let's see if we can get ourselves through into Q2, or are we going to be stuck at the back? I mean, we can go quicker. We can certainly go quicker.
Button is out in front.
I thought he was going to say Button is out of the session. That would have been interesting. But that's why I don't quite understand. Button is always quick in qualifying, but just doesn't seem to be quick in the races. I'm not even sure he's won a race this season. Yeah, it wasn't the best there. We got on the grass a little bit. Oh, hit the curb. Probably broke our back in the process. Right, fly around this corner. We can see how far off we are.
Not a good section.
1.9 seconds. It would be just about enough to get through if we were to maintain that.
Webber is quickest through sector 2.
And much better through that chicane there. And then the final corner, just make sure you don't take it too tight. Use your curves on the exit. Head up to the line, and it is a 33.8. That was 7/10 slower than what we managed the previous lap. How? Oh, come on. Oh. Yeah, we'll restart the lap. Take an extra minute off us. This is our last chance saloon. And we've got to make absolutely zero mistake here. Otherwise, we are going to be out in Q1 like we were in Turkey. Got on the grass a little bit there. I don't think that's going to help.
Button is in P1.
Let's see. We've typically been a bit quicker in Sector 1 than the rest of the field. Clearly, we're not doing something right in Sector 2. And flying up the hill.
In the session. Only those drivers currently on a flying lap are still able to post a qualification time.
This is looking okay. Yep, only 0.8 of a second off. This should be more than enough. No! Oh, the Brawn got in the way there. I think that's it. I don't think we can improve here. Yeah, and we've cut the corner. Well, let's see if it would have been enough anyway, but we are going to be pretty much at the back. Yeah, it wouldn't have been enough. The Brawn getting in the way cost us. And we're out in Q1.
P19, you have some work to do in tomorrow's race. The remaining 15 drivers go through to the next qualifying session.
Well, going out in Q1 then. Kubica, Sutil, Nakajima, ourselves and Piquet. Let's see how we get on in the German Grand Prix.
The Nürburgring, Germany, one of the most demanding and dangerous purpose-built circuits in the world. The track begins with a series of tight turns. Beware of the tricky hairpin halfway through the course. and the tight final corner, which, if taken well, can provide overtaking opportunities.
So Webber, Button, Barrichello, Vettel, Rosberg, Hamilton, Trulli, Massa, Raikkonen, Kovalainen round out the top 10. Buemi, Glock, Alonso, Heidfeld, Bourdais up to 15th, and then it's Kubica, Sutil, Nakajima, Hanard, and Piquet. Here we go then. Going for a very similar strategy to what we had in Great Britain. It's lights out, and away we go here at the Nürburgring. It's a decent start off the grid for us, and once again we're able to maintain our position with the other boys. We are on slightly lighter fuel loads than the people around us, more than likely. Big incidents going into turn 1, big pile up. Oh, wow, we nearly went into the back of the Ferrari there. I don't think that was my fault, if I'm honest. I think the black and white flag is an absolute disgrace. But you need to be very much aware of your surroundings on lap 1. And here we are going down the inside now of our teammate Adrian Sutil. And we are through. We're on the soft tyres. We're going to have a short 2-lap stint at the start of this race. Put on the hard tyres and then try and do what we did in Great Britain and find ourselves in front of a lot of these guys come the end of the race. But already up to 14th, excellent start. And through the middle sector we go, and there will be plenty of opportunity for slipstreaming in this Grand Prix. And yeah, the AI getting very, very close to each other here, getting to know each other's gearboxes very, very well. Ooh, we tried to go down the outside of Fernando Alonso. Didn't happen though. Look at this slipstream opportunity. So there we go. We are through. It's an excellent start, and we are now down the inside of Massa. Luckily for us, we're okay, but could have been an incident there. Yeah, had to use our curves to come off from that corner. So now 11th in this German Grand Prix. A little bit of ERS out of the corner. Ooh, we nearly went into the back of Nick Heidfeld. Yeah, a little bit of Kerr's boost as we are coming into the pits on this lap. We're not going to need it out of the final corner. Wow, lots of people bashing about, but it looks like other people are coming into the pits on this lap. Of course, we were the only driver to come in Great Britain. This stage, oh dear. Is that going to be a penalty? It just looks like a black and white flag. Again, they're very slow coming into the pit lane. Right, here we go then. Need a quicker stop than we had in Great Britain. Pretty much ready to go, just need to get going, and there it is, 10.3 seconds. That's a decent little pit stop. And if you're wondering why the pit stops are so much longer than we have in the modern day, it's because obviously the refueling took quite a bit of time. So 10-second stop was pretty decent back then. I think you were looking at about 7 or 8 seconds generally, depending on how much fuel you're putting in at the end of the day. You know, the more fuel you put in, the longer your pit stop was. Refueling really did add just a completely different aspect to the game, and you know, it's a shame we don't have that anymore. But we could have such smaller cars as well. Anyway, 4.5 seconds off the back of Jarno Trulli right now. Let's see what that is come the end of this final sector. So here we come then. Don't know how many cars are going to be there. There's only a couple actually there. And that is Sebastian Bourdais, so we've really lost out through the pit stops, and I think it's because we were on such a heavy fuel load while everybody else was flying on low fuel. But that is devastating. Heikki Kovalainen out of the Grand Prix. That'll certainly help us. Yeah, we're not actually that far in front of our teammate Adrian Sutil here, so our strategy doesn't appear to have worked at present. Now, what will probably come to us at the end of the race is the fact that AI's tyre wear will be awful, because you can see they've put on the soft tyres. Meanwhile, we've got the hards. So people coming into the pits this lap, I think we will have probably had a bit of an advantage over. Let's see. Anyway, there is a big gaggle of cars in the pit lane. Yep, this is what we wanted. And that's a good amount of drivers to get back past. So back up to 14th, which is decent. And there's Kimi Räikkönen in his Ferrari.
Räikkönen is up ahead.
Well, now we're going to be back in the slipstream. This could solve the rest of our race. Bit of Kurz. And now gonna go down the inside there. Oh, the AI goes a little deep. There's Bourdais and Kimi Räikkönen. Anyway, we've got one more lap to go here. Don't think. Oh no, there's one more guy in the pits. But this is a chance into turn one. Whoa, just way too hot into turn one. But we have got past Kimi Räikkönen. Now can we catch Sebastian Bourdais? He's definitely on soft tyres that are going to be... Oh, is Hamilton out as well? I think he is. Don't know why else he'd be talking about a sorry weekend for McLaren. But yes, we're now up to 12th. Oh, and there's a big gaggle of cars here. And I think they're all stuck behind Lewis Hamilton's retiring McLaren Mercedes. Right. This could be a real chance for us then to grab some positions for the end of this race. We go past Bourdais. Look at this. Look at this. And it is Lewis Hamilton's engine failure that has caused it. We are up to 8th. Sebastian Vettel.
Vettel is in front of you. The gap
Yeah.
is closing between you and Vettel.
Well, are we going to be able...
Alonso's retired.
No. Fernando Alonso has retired. I don't think he was ahead of us. Vettel, though, surely has cut the corner there. Are we going to be able to drag race him up to the line? I don't think so. Sebastian Vettel is going to finish 7th. We're going to come across the line and finish in 8th place. And we get another point for our troubles. Thank you, Lewis. Suttle finishes 10th. But Jenson Button wins! Yay! Jenson Button gets a win in the end. Nico Rosberg finishes 2nd. What a season he is having. Mark Webber finishes 3rd ahead of Rubens Barrichello in 4th place. Championship leader, of course. Glock finishes 5th ahead of Kubica in 6th. Vettel finishes 7th at his home Grand Prix. And we finish in 8th place. Into the championship then.
Single championship point.
Barrichello 10 points ahead of Vettel now, and also 10 points ahead of Webber. Rosberg is on 43, and Button gets himself back into things on 41. We are comfortably 6th in the championship as it stands. Into the constructors then, and we edge ever closer to Ferrari and McLaren. Toyota pull slightly away from us in this Grand Prix because Glock had a very excellent result. Okay, very, very good. Right, on to the next Grand Prix, which is going to be in Hungary, which will forever be remembered as the race where, or the qualifying session where Felipe Massa had his awful injury. A spring came out the back of Barrichello's car and hit Massa on the head. He was out for the rest of the season. Luca Badoa took over for a couple of races before Giancarlo Fisichella substituted for the rest of the year. Not before, though, Michael Schumacher agreed to come back, but failed a fitness test, unfortunately, due to a neck injury. What an amazing thing that would have been had Schumacher come back in 2009. That would have been awesome. But anyway, let's get ourselves into Hungary and see how we get on. Now, of course, Fernando Alonso took a pole position in real life at this this Grand Prix. That was quite an incredible turn of form, but I do believe it was Lewis Hamilton that won the Hungarian Grand Prix, and he was back, and I think he ended up winning 3 or 4 more races from the end of the year. That's a very, very good first sector for us. I've always loved Hungary as a circuit, though. I know it's not the favourite of everybody, but I love driving it personally. The only bit I don't like is that little chicane, as you can see. Well, we'll see where we end up, as always, but tell you what, that first race was pretty exciting, wasn't it?
5 minutes to go this session.
And through the middle sector now. 2.1 seconds. It's not going to be a million miles off Buemi's time, which gives me a lot of hope for this session. That could be a good one. Here we come, up to the line, a 124.0. Let's see if we can improve that, eh? Well, this has been pretty good as we head up to the line. What's it going to be? It's a 121.3, which is P6 for now. I think that'll be more than enough to get ourselves through into Q2. Let's have a look. Yes, going out in Q1 then. Kovalainen, Nakajima, Bourdais, Piquet, and Adrian Suttle. Well, we're giving ourselves 1 lap in Q2 to see if we can get ourselves through into the 3rd and final qualifying session. Luckily managed to undercut the Braun GP car there. flying through this first sector. We are pretty quick in this first sector.
Bottom leads.
I'm looking forward to the race tomorrow to see how much time we can make up in that first sector.
Glock is quickest through the second sector.
Wow, Timo Glock quickest through the middle sector. Alonso is the man that we are trying to beat in P10 at the moment. With our time from Q1, we would be through.
A flying lap can still post a qualification time.
So here we come then. That's quicker than Jensen Button by 0.6 of a second here. This could be another pole position sort of run. This is brilliant. Right then, through the final corner. On the grass a little bit, and we're going to head up to the line. This is brilliant. 20.0. That is by far the quickest time so far. Going out in Q2 then, Alonso, Kubica, Glock, Heidfeld, and Sebastian Buemi. Well, I've been an idiot and I've advanced the time too much, so it's going to be 10th place in
Finish in position 10.
in the race tomorrow. That's annoying. Sebastian Vettel will start on pole ahead of Button, Webber, Rosberg, Barrichello, Trulli, Massa, Raikkonen, and Lewis Hamilton rounded out the top 10. Yeah, that's rather frustrating to say the least, but I wanted to give myself one lap. I just advanced the time on too much, but it doesn't matter. P10. Well, I'm quite happy with that. It should make it an entertaining race. We're going to be starting on soft tyres once again. This strategy does seem to be working quite well. So let's get into it.
This track is relatively flat and sits in a valley, so most of the course is visible throughout. Many of the corners have smooth sweeping turns, although there are tighter hairpins at the start and end sections of the circuit.
So there is your grid for this Hungarian Grand Prix. Let's see how we get on here. Lights out and away we go here in Hungary again. It's a decent start off the grid using a big amount of curves, and because we're lighter than the cars around us, we tend to do pretty well. Oh, there's Suttil. Where's he come from? Suttil up to 11th and hurts our rear wing in the process. I mean, Suttil was 20th, wasn't he? That's ridiculous. Anyway, there's 7 laps in this Grand Prix, so it's going to be a longish one. Well, this could be a great chance out of the final corner to get a good slipstream on these guys. So here we go then, out the final corner we go. Just struggling with the rear end because of our damaged rear wing.
6 laps remaining.
That wasn't good.
Has set a new fastest lap. Hamilton is up ahead.
Yeah, we're struggling to get past Lewis Hamilton at present. A little bit of curves here. Gonna fly up to turn 4. Oh, that is brilliant. That is brilliant. What a move down the inside of Lewis Hamilton. And we are now up to P9. Yep, so Suttil is into the pits.
Come into the pits at the end
And
of
now,
this lap.
bit of a
Repeat
slipstream.
this lap.
But hopefully a good exit out of turn 1. We are coming into the pits at the end of this lap now. Suttil is surely going to struggle for tyre wear come the end of this race. Bit of curves out of there, but yeah, not quite as quick as the Ferrari. There's a slight opening there, but he comes over to defend valiantly. And this looks decent. A little bit of ERS on the... Not ERS, curves on the exit there. And now we're losing out a little bit. Tyres are obviously worn. Well, let's see how this goes. I'm going to be coming into the pits at the end of this lap. Oh, hang on. I was going to say it doesn't look like anybody else is coming in. However, quite a few did come in the end. Oh, that's not what we wanted. How did we jump? Well, we've jumped the queue there, I think, haven't we? Have we? I have no idea. Anyway, we are... No, I think it just reset us back to the front of the pit lane. Let's see where this puts us. It's going to be about a 12-second pit stop, I think, because of the fuel. Yeah, 11.3, and we are behind Lewis Hamilton, unfortunately. And we've come out behind Adrian Sutil, who's had an excellent start of this race, hasn't he? Goodness me, he could be in the points come the end of this. But we're out ahead of Trulli. It looks like maybe Nelson Piquet behind. Or it could be Fernando Alonso, I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, gonna have to find our speed and quickly. But as the rest of the field have tyres that should be, you know, dying. Oh no! Damn it. Well, drive-through penalty. We just went a little bit too hot into that corner. And Vettel's out as well, so we could have really had points today. But it's not going to happen now because we've got a drive-through. But I might just wait until the next lap to sort that. There's a lot of drivers in the pit lane at the moment. We don't want to get held up. Yeah, drive-through penalty, not ideal, to say the least. Oh dear. Well, yeah, it's all gone wrong this race, hasn't it? Not as wrong as it's seemingly gone for Jenson Button, but it just went far too deep into that corner. It's pretty much all over now. Lost all them positions that we made up in the pit straight, and there goes Jenson Button through. We're just all over the place, but Button goes wide.
Flags out. No overtaking.
He's brought out the yellow flags. Right then, here we go. Driving through the pit lane.
All clear now. You can push on.
Looks like we're going to be 16th. But we'll keep pushing till the end and see what happens.
The stewards have given you a drive-through penalty. You must return to the pits.
Well, we've done it again. We cut the corner to drive-through penalty. We can drive over the line and... yeah, it's not ideal. We are going to finish 16th by the looks of it. Let's see.
Is closing the gap.
Yeah, it's a weekend to forget for us, this one. After a good race at the Nürburgring, we have very much thrown this one away. And there we go. So they've given us a 25-second penalty anyway, so I think that's going to be us right at the back. But it's Rubens Barrichello who wins here in Hungary, and how fitting that Felipe Massa finishes on the podium. Very happy to see that. Webber finishes second, Raikkonen fourth, Hamilton finishes fifth, Adrian Sutil in excellent sixth place for him today, Heidfeld finishes seventh, and Alonso in eighth. I think we are going to be last of the main runners. Yes, 18th place, ahead of the two DNFs, Sebastian Vettel and Sebastian Buemi. Okay, we move down a place in the championship to Felipe Massa. Barrichello 12 points ahead of Mark Webber. It's looking like a two-horse race now at the top of the championship. But still, a long way to go. Into the Constructors, Ferrari move up to fourth position. That's exactly what I expected them to do. As I say, we might get Toyota by the end of the season, but I would say seventh would be a very strong season for us. Okay, yeah, very disappointing race. 2 penalties in there. Just wasn't to be for us, was it? But next time out, we've got the European Grand Prix in Valencia, and then, of course, the classic Belgian Grand Prix, where Force India did actually take pole and second place in real life. So I'm very excited to see what we can do there. But hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, give it a big thumbs up down below, subscribe for plenty more Formula 1 content, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.